I would like to entitle this Devar Torah, What I Learned from Driving Lessons. Not my driving lessons, because I've been driving for decades, but what I learned from driving lessons that I shared with my son this past spring and early summer as he was preparing to take his driver's exam and earn his driver's license. There is a Mishnah at the beginning of the second chapter of Pirkei Avot, wherein Rebbe reminds us that there is always an eye watching and an ear listening to everything we do. And that teaching came back to be a lesson for me as we were traveling the roads of the neighborhood and the state. I confess, like most seasoned drivers, I am often comfortable to come to a rolling stop at a stop sign, and if I see no oncoming traffic, to keep on going. I confess that there are times when, if I consider it safe, I cheat on the speed limit a little bit. And there are other examples that I know that others would identify with, where if we think there's no one watching, we fudge on the rules a little bit. And that stopped for me when I had my son sitting next to me, watching what I was doing, and then, of course, swapping seats with him so that he could practice the driving and I could watch what he was doing. Because I knew and I was watching, I was reminded that a stop sign means a stop. And a speed limit means no faster. And how could I expect my son to stop at every stop sign if his father, who was teaching him, rolled through a stop sign? And how could I expect my son to observe the speed limits if his father constantly went faster than those posted limits? It was through the experience of sharing a few months in driving lessons with my son that I was reminded, both in terms of my role as a parent and also as a member of the world human race community being watched and listened to by God, that everything we do, everything we say, is seen and heard somewhere, somehow, even when we are in the privacy of secure space, even if we are alone in an office. Everything we do can be seen, can be heard, and especially when we're in the company of other people, remembering that the actions of one impact the attitudes and possibly the actions of others. And the words of one often do and frequently can impact the words of others. There is an interesting teaching in the tractate Ta'anit attributable to a Rabbi Hanina, who famously said that he learned a great deal from his teachers, but he learned the most from his students. And this past summer, my son was my student as he was learning how to drive, preparing for his driver's license. And in being his parental instructor to complement the lessons he learned in the school, he taught me a great deal. At least for now, when I see a stop sign, I come to a stop. And at least for now, when I see a speed limit posted, I try to stay no more than at the speed the State Patrol has indicated is safe and allowable. How long will it last? I can't make any promises. But at least for now, I've learned a lesson from my son. And I hope he has learned some lessons from me as well. And as we approach the holiday season, I hope that we all might be able to take a poignant look at life. Some of the experiences that seem totally mundane and secular. But it is possible to reflect on some of the rabbinic teachings that have been the cornerstones of Jewish moral and ethical living. And I think all of us might have opportunity to reflect and consider on some of the things that we do on a day-to-day basis and how they can be guideposts to spiritual living, to wholesome living, whether it's driving in a car, shopping in a mall, or taking a walk on a sidewalk. In every case, we are living examples of what it means to be a teacher, because chances are we are being watched and maybe even heard. And while we are being teachers, we are also given the opportunity to be students. For wherever we go, there are others doing similar things, and perhaps from them we can learn. How wonderful is a world where teachers can be students and students can be teachers. Have a great day.